Good morning, everybody. What's going on? And welcome to Wake and Base. I hope y'all have been having a pretty good week. I know that I've had a good one myself. Been a lot going on into the academic school year for a lot of people, beginning of the summer for pretty much everybody else, including those people at the end of the academic year. So, who can be in a bad mood? The cats are looking out the window, making clicking sounds at birds. Things are as they should be. Speaking of things as they should be, the topic for today. That was a terrible transition. We're looking at some Yuji Ohno, a name that I had seen in the past, had somehow squirreled away into the hoarder's nest that is my mind, and was reminded by a wonderful Alex63501 Discord community member. I do believe it was Prank. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was Bobby. I'm not sure. Suggested the album Cosmos, 1981. And this artist, Yuji Ohno, is better known for his work in Lupin the Third, especially the big first film. Well, it's the Castle of Castigliago. I gotta look it up. I can never say it right. But it's that Lupin the Third. I always said Lupin, and then as a teenager, when I heard it, and then I've heard everyone else say Lupin the Third. Let's see here. Cagliostro. Castle of Cagliostro. There we go. Anyway, spy jazz, kind of, good stuff. Spy jazz is what I'm going to go with. But today, what we're looking at is space jazz. Yeah. So, let's say good morning to everybody, and then hop into space jazz, because I'm excited about that. So, good morning, Bobby. As always, wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you first in. I love it. What's going on, Prank? There's the man, I think the man himself who suggested this. So, yeah, boom. There it was. It's like, yeah, it was me. I've clipped through this just a little bit. I'm excited. This is looking like a tasty album. And then what's up, Dolido? Good to see you. Bonjour, my mon ami. I think that was right. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the old research window. And you can see here I'm on our Japanese Wikipedia here, just checking a little bit out about Yuji Ohno, a little bit of background. We'll get into that later. But right now, this is what we're looking at today. Cosmos. 1981. Looking through our musician stack that we have here, we'll talk a little bit about all of these guys today. But some of the interesting people that we've seen in the past. First of all, Kinji Takamitsu, our bass player. Huge career. Played with a ton of city pop artists. I would almost say it's a 50-50 coin flip if you name an artist, a big artist, if he's played with them. So to give you just a little overview, I clicked on him earlier this morning when I was doing a little bit of research. We got 552 instrumental performance credits, no solo album releases. So interesting in that fact that he was a dyed-in-the-wool studio musician. But as we look just through here, this is 1984. This is like his 5th page on here. Just in this one, we can see we've got Tomoko Aran. We've got Taiko Onuki, Mignon. I love that album. Kikuchi Momoko's on here. Let's go back one. I know I saw Mirai Takeuchi. I know I saw Tatsuro. I know I saw Takanaka. He played a lot of Takanaka albums. Here's Bread and Butter. Let's go forward one more year. I saw Henri on here. Some more Tomoko Aran. Yeah, so EPO, here we go. Sadao Watanabe. All right, now we're getting the good stuff. Cindy, we've listened to a little bit of Cindy in the past. Tetsuji Hayashi. So there you go. All this to say, our bass player, Kinji Takamitsu, very prolific, very well known, and has, really demonstrated in my mind himself to be a very versatile bass player. He's not like somebody, I'm trying to think of, what's his name from Cassiopeia? Not Akira Jimbo. I always want to say Akira Jimbo. He's the drummer. Sakurai, Tetsuro Sakurai. As a bass player, the aggressiveness and the tone that he gets, it's like Flea. You can hear when Flea's playing bass. You can hear when Sakurai's playing bass. With Kinji Takamitsu, he's much more of a studio session guy. So, that's just one of the many people we got going through here. Also, Jay Concepcion. But we're going to talk about all these cats more. Before we do that, I'd like to roll through the first couple tracks. We've got, because it looks like we got a long thing here, we got 12 tracks. The whole album is under 40 minutes. So hopefully we can get through this whole thing today. Oh, and it looks like before we jump into this here, it looks like we got a little bit more info from the old chat here. And some more people. What's up, Horatio? Good to see you, homie. Good to see you. Awesome afternoon. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon to you, sir. All right, so Prank said, on Last FM Music, tracking this album, I think it's in my top 5 most played. Awesome. I'm excited about it. Okay, a little bit of info from Bobby here. L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, yeah, good. Fun. Great way to start a sentence. Founder of Scientology, which is always the follow-up, was the producer of an album called Space Jazz. Really? I can't think of anything but that when I hear the word Space Jazz. It's very silly. No, man, I mean, when you're talking about Space Jazz, like, L. Ron Hubbard, he's talking about DC-10s dropping off souls and, you know, volcanoes, I think. Yeah. Thetans. Anyway, I would, as much as L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology is just laughable, don't sue me, Scientology, whatever, I don't care, you can sue me. L. Ron Hubbard, I would listen to his Space Jazz from back in the day. Just not his political stuff. All right. We also got a Seiko Matsuda is huge too, considering. All right. So Seiko Matsuda, what instrument are they doing in this album here? All right. Well, I'm going to have to look in here and see where that cat shows up here. But it says that they're considered #1 idol in the 80s by many, only rivaled by Akina Nakamori. Okay. Seiko Matsuda, you're talking about over here. One of our artists. So this is another connection there to Kinji Takamitsu. Very, very cool. All right. Oh, man. Thank you, Nishiki. Thank you so much for the donation. That is so kind. Good morning to you, too. Well, on that note, let's get rolling with our title track, Prologue, from Cosmos, 1981, by Yuji Ohno. Me to Jupiter, baby. That sounds nice. Jake Concepcion is the mortar that holds the bricks in the wall of City Pop. You are correct. Yes. And this is some good orchestral opening. Who's doing all this? The Kobayashi Group. Wow, man, that sounds really good. All right. I'm getting that anime feel real hard. I feel like we need to have some kind of like narrator over the top. But then, there was war in the after colony 008. The Trey Kushranat. I watched too much Gundam. Okay. Very cool instrumental intro here. Now we're moving into Sunset. That's a nice transition. Man, good job with the Kobayashi Group here. Whoa, look at their credits. Their second album was Mayumane Tasogare. That's hard to beat. Momo Yamaguchi, that's a big one. Kingo Hamada, Jake Concepcion, Meiko Nakahara. Wow. Blew up in the 80s and then stopped until the 2000s. Wow. Crazy. These are good sounding strings. And it's not a ton of people. They're layering the strings to sound like more people. You can always tell because if it sounds real direct, like I can hear one violin. I can hear the individual violins. This might just be a string quartet. Or maybe just a couple people. Now that might be a section. This is good writing. Vibracifra, watch out. We're getting funky, man. Ooh. Pavillas with the theory, I like it. We got the major 7 flat 5 to a 3/7 to a 6 chord progression. So that's a fake out to a fake out. Because when we go to a 5 and then a 3 and then a 6, it gives so much tension because it's like I want to resolve and you can't resolve. So that's always a good ear. Yeah, Prank. This really is. It's an OST for a show that never existed. Oh yeah, I agree, Nishiki. It's definitely just like floating through space. We're all familiar with Cowboy Bebop, and if Cowboy Bebop was not Cowboy Bebop, this would be a good candidate. Nobody can meet Yoko Kano and all those cats. Seatbelts. Whew, so good. Oh, there's our boy. Get it, Jake. Oh, man, that sounds good. All right, now we got to start looking at this engineer. Look at this serious goober. Let's see what he the remixes of. Ooh, I like those little. I like those synthesizer sounds. Okay. Whoa. I waited too long. All right, off to a dope start. So Prologue and Sunset. So our first 2 tracks here, and all instrumental so far, but really things that are standing out to me. Excellent orchestral sound. So orchestral sound, that involves our strings, that involves our brass, winds, flutes, all that kind of stuff, timpani. Whatever they're using here sounds really, really, really nice. It's recorded very, very well. I'm wanting to look and see where this was recorded and see if we can, there we go. So recorded at CBS Sony, Shina no Machi Studios. And there's my cat, Timothy, meowing right on cue to say hello. I wonder if we can see pictures of this place later. But the reason I'm so interested is I want to know where they recorded this, because the sound is so lush and full. It sounds to me like they recorded it in some kind of hall to get that sound. And I would assume that a CBS Sony studio is going to have a big recording concert hall for at least one section of it. So that's the first thing that struck me. Really, really nice sound of the orchestra and all of that. Second thing that hit me, really nice sound in general. The blending engineering, so the recording quality, super, super clean. Nothing is too hot. So what is hot? It means the input is turned up too much, so we're getting too much of the signal. To give you an example of this, and I will try not to blow everybody out here, if I switch over to my bass, and I've got my bass sound that I want to normally use, not so bad. I can mess with the tone, but let's say this is the tone I wanted. You can see on my little input over here, it's right at about -18. I could turn it up a little bit more, but now I'm starting to get some buzzes. I don't want those buzzes, so I'm going to turn it back down. That's better. So that little shift right there, that can make a huge difference. If I'm way too hot, and I apologize, it buzzes the sound out. It sounds really, really bad. All those kinds of things. So that's what I'm talking about as I roll over all my chords. When I'm talking about smoothness of sound and how everything's not too hot and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, the thing that was also just like, man, can't get enough of it. Really nice arranging. So Pavillas was talking about that, about our chord progression, and he said I forgot to add the what was that, 7 minus 7 flat 5. So he's talking about a chord progression where you go from a 7 to a 3 to a 6. And if we think about, well, how does that work, going from a 7 to a 3 to a 6. So let's just look at this for a second. So let's say we've got 7. Boom. And then we go to 3. Boom. And then we go to 6. Bloop. So these things seem not very related. But what if we go, well, let's see what this is. If we go up 7 to get to 3 would be, since we're working in a base of 7. We have 7 notes in our lexicon here. So we got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So 7. Man, look at that F. Nice. So this is what we're dealing with here. So if we were on the 7, that would technically be our G. That's what we're starting with right there. So to go to 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, we need to add 3. Boom. So we move 3 this direction. Okay, cool. That got us here. How far do we need to move to get now to this? Plus 3. So there's our motion. We're moving in thirds. Now, how else could you think about this? Let's go the other way. What if I did 7 going backwards to 3? Well, that's minus 4. Well, what if we do it this way? 2, 1, 7, hold on, 6. Yep, minus 4. It goes the same way. So what would be next if we went in this series? If we go to 6, then we add 3, 7, 1, 2, boom, and then add 3, 3, 4, 5, and then you return to 1, 6, 7, 1. All moves by 3. So this is an example of circle of 5. Isn't this you can't see behind my head. It goes to 1 eventually. But the idea is that no matter how you're thinking about this, you're adding 3. You're adding 3. You're adding 3. Or you're subtracting 4. You're subtracting 4. You're subtracting 4. Whichever way you think about it, this is an approach to circle of 5th progressions or chain progressions, things like that. So, all the other things that he was talking about where he's like, all right, now we got a minor, we got a 2 with a 7 and a flat 5. It's like all these kind of jazz things. It's like, okay, now we're getting a little more complicated, and you can talk about it all day, and this is kind of the extent of my knowledge when you start getting into these jazz chords. I can explain what they mean, but using them functionally as tools is still very difficult for me. I have to slow down and really analyze and take it all apart. But this is what I wanted to highlight, is that aspect of what Pavilis was talking about, of chord progression theory, or the mathematics of chord progressions, is that they can be engineered in this way, and that's how we sonically translate them in our brain. So, kind of cool little thing. All right, I'm going to catch up here with our chat as we go into our next song, A3, Living Satellite I.O. of Jupiter. Again, I'm getting excited here. We're about to get prog rocky. I have a feeling. All right, the last few seconds here, and then we'll, I think we're just going to get crashed right into this bad boy. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that synth. Oh yeah, now it's a space heist. Man, listen to that synth. Okay, now we're space disco. Space Donna Summers. Yeah, prank. It really is. It's just OST music. It sounds like space OST. Nishiki flying in space, I agree. Space Adventure Cobra. I'm interested. this? I think he may have. I really love this synth programming. It's really nice. And now this sounds a lot like YMO. Space Adventure Cobra. Let's see here. I'm gonna guess it's him. When was this? 1982? Here we are, baby. Space Adventure Cobra, right? Yep, looks like 80. Looks like early 80s anime. Oh, something's backing up. Something's backing up. What's backing up? It's track 4. Sailing. That's what's backing up into us. Okay, that's a cool track. A little all over the place there. We had kind of a heist theme, then a disco theme. And now we got like, what is this, samba? Yeah, now this sounds like some, man, it's just such an anime trope, man. But it's, Jake, sounding good, baby. Yeah, dude, this is good writing. And like all this background, like the ambient sounds, they're doing a really good job with dynamics of like pushing things up and then bringing them back down. Very cool. Oh, Melodize. You're so nice to me. You guys are so nice to me. You guys are too nice to me. Yes, it's always good music and good math here at Alex6501. Is that the name? I'm glad that you enjoy this Nishiki. I'm glad I could help. Ooh, that was a cool line. Little half-step walk down. Yeah! So how long is this song, I wonder? Okay, so everything's like 2 or 3 minutes long. Man, it really speeds up at the end here, I guess. Oh, that was good. All right, let's see this other saxophone, because this is a soprano saxophone. Oh, we've seen this cat before. I like his mustache. Kind of looks like a Japanese version of my dad. Anybody who knows my dad? Dad, you look way better than that. I love you. Yeah, man, this dude's all over the place. Man, he started in the 60s. Man, look at all these groups this cat was in. Alto sax. Oh, here we go. Soprano saxophone. Little Tin Pan Alley. Oh, he plays a Lyricon? That's cool. The Lyricon is like a ooey, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was the first ooey. He played best. Good drumming too. All right, who are our drummers here? Let's see if we can get a better list on every track here. It's looking like a no. Yep, that'd be a no. What are we doing here? A little fade out? Sounds like a fade out if I've ever heard one. Okay. Very cool. So, a little bit of a noodly jam kind of thing going on here. It's very meandering in the... purposely meandering in its construction. So, how do you achieve something like that, where you want to have a song that's not going to be super boring, where it's just one thing over and over and over again, but you get that quality of stasis, where you're not hopping all around. Whew. Oh, hey, look at that. I'm sorry, everybody. I just unplugged my bass. Super hard and loud, right on stream. Always feels good. Episodes with good audio, episodes with bad audio. So, when we're... And I've just totally lost my train of thought now. Okay. So when we're talking about trying to create a sound or a feel of not going anywhere. Earlier we were talking about this circle of fifths idea where we're moving... where we're moving like that. Da, 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 dee, do. Sound we all know. Or if we're trying to have tension, we'll establish our key. There's our 1, 4, 5, and you want to go back to 1. So for tension, I can go 1, 4, 5, 6. 6, 3, 4, 5, 1. And then when I get to that 1, you're like, oh, thank goodness he finally got the 1. I thought he was going to go back to the 3. I don't want to hear any more 3s. I want to hear 1. That kind of thing. So, how can you remove that desire for resolution? Never create the tension in the first place. Easy way to do that is a drone. I hit the 5th. The 5th does not define if it's major or minor. So I could be minor or major with my drones. Another way is to move a whole step. Because it's like, are we gonna go somewhere? Oh, okay, no. Oh, we're going somewhere. Oh, wait, no, we're back at 1. Are we going somewhere? Where are we going? That kind of thing. So when you do that, you're giving yourself motion, so it sounds like something's happening, but you're creating zero tension. And so because of that, it has this quality of floating, or, well, if I was going to use a $20 word, atemporality, which is the artistic approach of trying to have a time quality of your art. So for visual artists, they would talk about atemporality as how long it takes you to look at their art, where your eyes are drawn, all these kinds of things, and trying to think about how you perceive time in that moment. For audio, you can talk about things like trance. When you use drones, a lot of songs, if you look at ragas or things, Indian religious music that are out 45 minutes of through composed music, it has a lot of drones. One of the reasons, since it's religious and it's meditative and all these things, is it's supposed to remove you from time. You're supposed to get lost in this drone in a sense of, I have no idea how long I've been here. Have I been here 5 minutes or 5 hours? It's just gone. So this is something that can be achieved whenever you remove tension from your music. It just becomes this kind of lake of just sound. Sorry for the rant there, but little interesting fact about how to compose if you're trying to compose motion or stillness. That's a really good starting point right there. Oh, Nishiki, look at this. Oh, you're so kind. You're just so kind. Just so kind. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going to buy your subscription on Patreon because I don't play bass anymore. Totally fine. My wife is in Peru, the bass. But I read that you made your day by helping your work. You were my inspiration. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You guys are so kind to me. I just feel blessed every single day. I'm not kidding. I really do. You guys are the best. Everyone's has their hard times. It's been a little bit of a trying year trying to find a job. It's been hard. But you guys make me feel so much better and confident that I do have something to give. So thank you guys. Okay, jumping back in here. Let's see here. What else we got here? Yeah, disco on steroids. Yeah, this music is super cool, but it's like, I want to see the anime. I want to see the anime that was never made for this. Okay, wrapping up our first side here. We got 2 more tracks. We got Crystal Lullaby 1 and Take It to the Sky, which I can only hope is a Taking It to the Streets cover in space. But here we go. Crystal Lullaby. Okay, that sounds crystally. Bobby, so many Sega vibes. Yes. If you turned this into the Mega Drive 8-bit or whatever it was, 16-bit sound chip, you would have... That's all I hear. Understand this is a Sega song. This is a Genesis track. Nice. Explosion band. Frank was hooking us up here talking about different groups that, let's see here, I think it's this guy played in Explosion Band. Yeah, you and the Explosion Band. So this is a group that is on this album that also does Lupin the Third, which is pretty cool. Let's see who's in this band. Oh, it's all these guys. Look at that. It's like all these dudes here. Cool. Founded in 1977, the head of this band is Yuji Ohno. Very cool. Okay, and is that the technician too? Are they related? I wonder. Probably not. I like that. This is like a high school theme. Like, you'd see students at a high school. I don't know why I know all these anime tropes. I watched too much Sailor Moon as a kid. Is there such a thing? No, there's not. A major chord that's supposed to be minor. Nice little transition there. Strings up in the stratosphere. Yeah. Always nice. Yeah, this is very tasty. All right, calm down, flute player. Calm down. Masami Nakagawa. Yeah. Okay, double tonguing. Stupid nerd thing nobody needs, but I'll say anyway. Double tonguing is where you go that kind of thing, where you're making staccatos with your mouth instead of, moving keys around. You're just repeating a note, and you can hear him like double, triple tonguing going. I've said this before, and I apologize in advance if anybody out there is a flautist, a professional flute player. But man, if you want to make a flute player mad, just go, you play the flute? Because they play like this or whatever. But if you do this, oh, they get salty. Okay, I'm done. Okay, cool little peaceful track there. That was our Crystal Lullaby 1. Now take it to the sky. Turn my own headphones up, baby. Ooh, Prank gave us a gift. Let's go check this out. It's in the Alex63501, a Discord. Oh, baby. Look at this champion. Here's what we got, baby. The gear list. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prank. You the man. You know what's going on. So we got a Fender Rhodes, an 88 Fender Rhodes. Let's see if that's any different. Oh, 88 keys. I was like, is there an 88? I like to say an 88. Whoa. That's cool. That right there, that's probably the Odyssey. Is there an Odyssey in here? Boom. The ARP Odyssey. Odyssey. I've got dyslexia, so anytime there's double letters and words, it's just over for me. Damn, this kicks. Polyphonic? No. What? Well, I guess technically you could have two. There's those two. No, this is not that. This is probably a. I bet this is the Yamaha GS1. Oh, maybe not. Though. Oh yeah, that's the Odyssey, baby. That's this thing. The Odyssey. That is the sound of space, baby. Damn, this is kicking me. Take it to the sky, indeed. Yuji Ohno, so he's doing all the keyboards. Nice. That's a cool chord progression. That was our circle of fifths. Now we're doing a walk up. There you go. Now what is that? That's a sax. Ooh, just in my left ear. I like it. Oh, we're doing the Hall & Oates thing. He's playing two solos in our ears. Ah, I love it. It's just like having two dudes, one on each side of your ear, playing saxophone intensely at your face. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, baby, I could let that jam roll for a hot minute. That was dope. Take it to the sky. Oh, and it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. That just goes to show this guy knew exactly what was going on. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. Hey, Tenshi, did you enjoy that? Come here, buddy. No, you just want to show your disapproval that I'm not playing with you? Okay, that's fine. All right, so that's side one right there. And only 10 minutes behind schedule. Not bad for me, not bad. Okay, so jumping back in here to what we were checking out right here. It seems like a little bit hard to read here, but I will translate for you, do not worry. These are the keyboards that were used on this album here. So what we were looking at up here, we've got our Fender Rhodes. It says Rhodes 88, which I thought was strange. It's like, you mean 88 keys? Are you talking about the year 1988? Well, both. I don't know. Here is a 1988. It's called the 88. So Fender Rhodes is a very, very specific sound, a Rhodes organ. Very, very cool sound, used for one kind of specific purpose. In a similar way, the ARP Odyssey is another thing where it became a sound. So this is, I believe, is this FM synthesis? Sine, square, okay, so the synthesis type is analog subtractive. I forget exactly. So subtractive synthesis is a method of sound synthesis in which partials of an audio signal are attenuated by a filter to alter the timbre of the sound. Okay, so you have a starting signal and you can goof around with it. Versus, I think, FM synthesis, which is supposed to be combining different sine waves to try to create a new sound. Something like the CS80, I think, does that. So the Odyssey's unique factor is that it was essentially monophonic. So monophonic means one note at a time. Now it's not monophonic. It is technically polyphonic because you can have two notes at the same time. But when we think about, well, what's a polyphony of a real piano? It's 88. You can hit every single key at the same time and it'll make a horrible sound, but you can do it. Nowadays, I think most things are probably in the neighborhood of like 40 to 60. So many notes, you would never need that many. But at the beginning, it was 1, 2, and I think some of these later ones went up to something like 10 or like 8. But really, what do you need? 10. You got 10 fingies, man. That's all you really need is 10. And even if you're holding chords and you're trying to do stuff like, you don't need that much polyphony in general. But we can see here in this list, he did not just have one keyboard. Why? Because no one thing can do all these sounds. Everything, you needed all of these to get all these different sounds. So the last one I want to look at here is the Yamaha CP80. This is a cool one. Yamaha CP80. I do believe this has the control touch bar, kind of like a CS80 on it.
Quick demo of our Yamaha CP80 for you.
Maybe it doesn't. Listen to that crazy thing. Who else crazy? Huh. Okay, a little Mozart. It's got this kind of like weird detuned kind of piano sound. Huh. Interesting. There we go. Yeah, now we can hear a little bit more. Yeah, listen to that. It's just interesting, very, very interesting sounds. So that's very cool to see what he's got going on here. So we didn't check out the GS1 or I guess that was the sequencer, the Roland. What does that say? Oh, is that a vocoder plus? Okay, so I guess we're going to get a little vocoder action here later on. Maybe that's what Andromeda Smile is. Let's check it out. All right, thank you, Prank, for sharing that with us, man. That's super, super awesome here. Let's jump back in with our chat here and see what's going on. Hey, Dr. Keys, what's going on? Welcome. So good to have you here. You've got 2 album suggestions for you. Fantastic. Keep it coming. Ooh, Masayoshi Takanaka off to a good start. Finger Dancing. Okay. And Cassiopeia World Live. Well, I have to say, my friend, you've come to the right place because those are 2 of my favorite artists of all time. And I don't know what those albums are. And since I have a problem with Cassiopeia, I'm just going to look this up right now because I need to know. What is World Live? Is this a live album, I'm assuming? World Live. Where are you? World Live 88. Qu'est-ce que c'est? How have I missed this? Oh, look at that. Yeah. This is good. Okay. Dope. Speaking of Cassiopeia, I've seen the YouTube of Minoru, what's his last name? Minoru Mukaya. Just going around the world playing piano, like demo pianos in airports and like trying pianos and keyboards at people's houses. And he just has the goofiest, happiest smile on his face. He's just having a good time. He's my hero, man. Okay, so these are all songs I do not know. Yeah, these are not rehashes of, you know, the first 3 albums. Not to say that they're rehashing that sounds bad. Cassiopeia is awesome, man. When they do stuff differently, it is different. So even though you can find, what is it? Take Me is on the first album. No. Here you go. Midnight Rendezvous. That's a good example. That song changes a lot from sequence to sequence. So I will definitely have to check that out, Keys. Thank you so much. That's a good tip. Also, the finger dancing on Masayoshi Takanaka. I think I have done finger dancing. I'm pretty sure. Masayoshi Takanaka. I just can't remember the name of all of the albums except for Insatiable High because I just love it so much. Oh no, I haven't listened to finger dancing. Okay. Man, how did you... Keys, it's like you know me so well. I've clicked on so much Takanaka. I've never clicked on finger dancing. 1980. Very cool. Ooh, and this is going to be some deep cuts too if it's only 4 tracks long. All right, it's like we got some ELP action, some brain salad surgery. Okay, enough talking from me, man. We're already 15 minutes of yammering. Let's get back to the side 2, Over the Galaxy. We've now flipped the LP over. We had a nice 20-minute first start. It looks like we're going to be doing about an 18-minute rush to the finish here. There's that Odyssey. Space sounds, baby. Always going to be the Odyssey. Whoa. Whoa. It's getting me. It's getting me. Dude, Melodize. We watched the same video. Yeah. All the normies. There was one dude in like an Italy jacket. Man, we're really hitting the arpeggiator sweeps here. The synthesizer sweeps. Somebody call Clockwork Orange. Get Kubrick in here. Actually, I bet he's basing this off of Kubrick. Carlos, composer for the Clockwork Orange, synthesizer queen, absolute master. Man, she got a lot of cool pictures. Ah, she's got a cute kitty. Playing on my typewriter. No, that's a sequencer. Mushrooms. I cannot tell you how many copies of Switched on Bach I own. I'm not kidding. I think I have 4 copies of this. I love it. Tron. She did the Switched On series. So it's just taking, you know, classic music and putting on a synthesizer. Gravy, this is loud and long. It was good. It was good. But this is like deep lore space music. Okay. And now we're into Saturn. Yeah, this is the prog I've been waiting for. Yeah. So that's gonna be my guess, is that he was heavily influenced by Wendy Carlos. This is a crazy movie, man. Crazy movie. Let's see here. Yeah, Prank. All of them were written by Minoru Mukaya. Yeah, they're all written by him. Let me show you for your own edification later. We'll watch this video after this. It's pretty fun. Hey, what's up, Elijah? Good to see. I do finger dance all the time for you, baby. 2001 Space Odyssey. That's another good one, yep. Vangelis vibes. Hell yeah, you guys know what's up. Oops, sorry, kitty. So Vangelis was the master's not the strong enough word of the CS80. We'll look at this CS80 video in a second too. Okay, this song kicks. I like it. Very cool. So we're still on. Nope, this is all still over the galaxy, I guess. We haven't gone to Saturn yet. Yep, Prank nailed it. We're still on Galaxy. Over the galaxy, yeah. Very cool. Alright, we're getting proggy. Not to kill the vibe here, but I got a couple things I want to talk about. So, first was somebody, well, just sticking on this sound, talking about the CS80 and Vangelis and all of these kinds of space sounds. This is the dude, this is the instrument, this is the guy. This is what we're talking about here.
Okay? That's a simple thing. At the same time, you can, this sound, you can bring feeling. Change again. Same sound, exactly. Going.
Dude, he could do so much stuff with this thing.
Families of sound, put them together. It's like a symphony orchestra. It does exactly the same thing. See, in one go, you can have from there to there. There's a different sound. To there, which is different sound.
Listen how good those strings sound.
Again.
And he's getting vocal. Like, this is way before sampling. Like, he was just messing with different sound. Like,
I mean, in 2 minutes we can go through the.
but listen to these strings. Listen to how good these strings sound.
There's a different sound. To there, which is different sound.
That's, to me, is like, whoa, how did you do that? How did you get that string sound? because that's not samples. That's just sine waves that he smashed together. Like so, very, very cool. That's what we're dealing with is CS80. This is that sound, that kind of idea. Now, talking about train jingles with Minoru Mukaya from Cassiopeia. Yeah, he wrote them all. There he is. We're going home. Hey, buddy.
In train and subway stations all over Japan.
Anyway, you got to watch this. In Tokyo, these trains jingle all the way. It just talks about how he wrote all the train jingles. He's the keyboardist for Cassiopeia. Every station has its own jingle. He did it in mind, trying to represent each place. Like, he put so much flippin' thought into this. And then the best part is that he's obsessed with trains and has a company that does, like, I think he either owns or invested in one of those train simulator games. Absolutely loves it. Plays train sims all the time. But what's cool is that all these jingles, when you go from one place to another, if you play them all together, it makes one contiguous song. And it's very, very cool to see how these all link together.
で次今度学生街みたいなとこ行ったとこは
And he's talking about how he tried to, customize each melody for who predominantly lived there. So like he's saying, if it's a children's location, it's going to be kind of a children's song. If it's more of an intense location, going to be more energetic. It's a very, very cool video. He's a super cool dude, and that's who we were talking about with the pianist in the airport. Okay, as always, I'm going on too long. Let's go into this next song while I dip underneath the table to blow my nose because everybody knows. Here's Saturn. I did just do drugs under the table. I have a runny nose. All right, Space Disco. This sounds like Jackie Chan's I Want to Be a Movie Star. I wanna be your man. Just take my hand. Just take this hand. I wanna be your man. I want to be your man. Okay, different key. A movie star. Now, to be fair, I think these guys did it before Jackie Chan, so if anything, Jackie Chan stole this progression. But it's a good progression. Jake Concepcion, baby. You can always tell when it's Jake. It's so buttery. Always smooth, never cracked. Hell yeah. Those of you interested, it did get a 2013 re-release and a digital mastering. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Gotta see if there's anybody else we haven't talked about on this album yet. Drums. Let's take a look. Super Mario plays. So this is the drummer for Super Mario Odyssey? What? A lot of these guys. Dude, Kenji Takamitsu was the good bass player for Super Mario Odyssey? What? Mind blown. Mind totally blown. Would I marry Jake if I was a woman? I would marry Jake if he came up to me right now. I would just, yes. Just yes. Jake, hit me up, baby. I mean, okay. Are you asking me who wouldn't want to marry this? This? Silly question. Of course. Of course. Ooh. Got a little, what is this, fretless bass? Or maybe a really weird synthesizer? Hard to tell. Yeah. Dude, he would play, it would be over in an instant. I would swoon, literally swoon, for Jake Concepcion. Man, that's another one. Good, Horatio, I agree. If not anime, this is like a extended 70s TV show theme. And now we're at the credits, just rolling through. Now, are we still on the same song, or is this different now? 29:57. Okay, so we're into Andromeda Smile now. Just getting a little interlude before we land on the surface of Venus. Okay. Again, man, the strings, the orchestra sounds really tasty. All right, that's what I was gonna look up, was at CBS Studios. Hey, buddy, how you doing? My cat Tinchy. Please don't hit the microphone. Thank you, buddy. Man, there's a lot of stuff done here. Yeah. Let's see if we go. Oh, okay, here we go. We're landing on the surface of Venus, everybody. Those drums. Yeah. Okay. This is what I was thinking. See how much space they have for activities? I bet it sounds really good. It sounded super good in there. Here's a picture of it from '86. Oh, dude, these little things kick ass. I forget their exact name. These little, not ozone subs. Anyway, they're just these like little mid-range. They're just mid-range cubes. Really nice. Like $500 a pop. Yeah, this is also just like prog rock that doesn't quite open up. Yeah, who's playing guitar in this? There's no guitar. That explains it, huh? So it's like, man, there's something about this whole album that just has a different quality, and it's also making it very, cinematic. I think it's the lack of funk guitar. Or any guitar. Oh, wow. Yeah, because they're making that scratchy, funky sound with a synthesizer. Good job, man. Yuji Ohno. Almost got the whole album past me before I realized zero guitar. Excuse me. One more time. Our mastering agent is. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's gross. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a gross monster. Well, I guess this is Crystal Lullaby too. I recognize the theme, so they did a good job of doing thematic development, which is good. We want to be able to recognize our themes. Yeah. It's hard to make a prog album without guitar. But he's got some close little nuggets here that are like, I would have believed that was from a prog album just listening to a snippet of it. I'm so curious if there was a insert or something that tells a story. I'm very curious. This. Oh, epilogue and sunrise. Oh, I was waiting for it. There it is. Yeah, we are at the end of the movie. So I can't. Shoot. What album was that we did? There was a very similar thing to this where we went through like a space opera. Let me look it up real fast. Getting spam called. Let's find this. Stay away from my files. Okay. Here we go. Wake and base assets. I'll recognize it when I see it. Here we go. Cool. I like it. I guess it is City of Silver Gray. Yep. Yeah. So, in Party Tonight, there was this, it's like a space opera that he wrote to go along with the music. And this is kind of the vibes I'm getting here is like, should I have a mental image I'm thinking of? It feels that way. Yeah, so Frank's talking about the themes here. This is good. We're getting themes from the earlier songs, but we're also getting some new themes. And this is good, but it's like, man, this is movie music right here. Super hard. Yeah. I agree, Pavilis. In album form, it's very enjoyable. It's just like something to check out. And like doing this with y'all is honestly the only way I would listen to this too, because it's not enough going on to actively listen to for me personally, and it would need to be in the background for me to listen to it regularly, like of a TV show or movie or something. It's really well written. Great ending. Look at that, 66.99. I'm a child. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Cosmos, 1981. Very interesting album that I absolutely would not have checked out on my own, or would have been very confused, like, what is going on here? Is this a prog rock album? No. It is a disco, jazz, funk, ambient. I don't know. I think also put a comma and put soundtrack or put OST, because that's really what we got going on here, is we have got essentially a audio version of storytelling. And wherever they snuck in those voices, good job, man. I did not hear any voices. So they were using vocoders in there, and they really were hiding those signals, doing a good job. So from a compositional point of view, from a mixing point of view, from a just performer skill point of view, absolute top marks. Excellent. Really, really good playing, really, really good sound. Cool. It's just a weird form to go for, to jump into this idea of I'm going to tell a story with only music. and have no, with no visual elements or no primer of a story narrative, anything like that. It's always taking on, quite the onus, because what are people going to think? How are they going to perceive it? But with all of these synthesizer sounds evoking that space idea, just the cover alone, it's called Cosmos, and the titles of the songs, Prologue, Sunset, Living Satellite, Io of Jupiter, Sailing, Crystal Lullaby, all these things, that's all the primer we need. Take It to the Sky, that was a little bit more upbeat of a song. Take It to the Sky sounds like a charge to action, so you're priming yourself for a little bit more energy. Crystal Lullaby, probably not going to be a shred banger. It's going to be a slower. So when you're going through for that kind of thing, it's not a super common approach. And as Prank and some others were saying, or Pavilis, I think, it's not something that I personally would normally listen to front to back on a regular day, or even selective tracks, because it's, I don't know, it's just kind of soundtracky music. But going through it all the way through, it was excellently done. For what it is, it's great. And these musicians are awesome, dude. So cool. And it's really nice to see that they're still kicking around today. Man, Kenji Takemitsu, I had no idea. Not only is he part of all these awesome albums, but he's in that Mario Odyssey band. Where was that? I want to see that again. Yeah, this Super Mario players playing for the Super Mario Odyssey soundtrack. There he is right there. You got all these other cats, too, that we've seen before. So we didn't get to check out all... Oh, you guys can't see. I changed my camera already. Anywho, wrapping up here for today. Thank you guys for hanging out. I can't tell you guys how much I love hanging out with you and doing this and listening to music and exploring. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Not just the financial support, but the time and energy that you guys put into putting stuff on the Discord, writing comments, taking time out of your day to spend together. Really means a ton to me, and I just thank you guys for it. So, if you're not part of the Discord channel, link below, totally free, awesome community of people. It's very self-governed in terms of we got tons of sections if you want to share music, if you want to get help working on bass stuff, tabs, just generally hanging out, memes, we got it all, baby. Come check it out. If you play bass and you want to get some of my backing tracks for some of the songs that I do on the YouTube channel, check out my Patreon. I think it's $10 a month, and you get access to, right now, I think I've got 80 backing tracks on there, something like that, or 70. So go check those out. And if you got extra money in your pocket you want to burn, you can always throw it my way. Totally up to you, not necessary. But until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, rest of the day, all that kind of good stuff. And be on the lookout. There will be some extra things coming up here in the next couple days. I need to finish this tab. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I'm going to blow my nose so that stops happening. I'm going to, have a couple more live streams, get stuff going, because I'll be out of town this time at the end of next week. I'm going to go see my parents again. Don't worry. Show's still going to go on, but it's going to be a little chaotic. So watch out for some new stuff this weekend. All right, everybody. As always, I'm going to wave and try to figure out how to turn off all my gear in the proper order. But until next time, thank you guys. I love you all. And take it easy.